What's up, guys? Tugi here with a quick video where I want your help setting up the rules and guidelines for my first franchise mode series in NHL 17. I want you to help me make this series as fun, realistic, challenging, entertaining, all the adjectives, just literally all of them. I want your help. This video, by the way, and this is a completely off-topic note, but I couldn't help but notice, this video will be going up on my 1-year anniversary on YouTube, and it is because of each and every one of you that I'm not stopping today. I said in the past, the year one goal was 1K subs. We're nearly at 1,200, which is pretty damn awesome. But I don't want to get all gushy about it. We're getting down to business. Bottom line, you guys are the reason I'm still here, and that is why I want your help to help make this series, of course, like I said, as entertaining as possible. I'll say this first, though, you won't see the start of the series until Tuesday when the full game is released. I am using the EA Access trial wisely and mainly focusing on EA SHL. Keep in mind, I do plan on running a series for both EA SHL and Ultimate Team this year. Not sure how those will go. We'll see. They're both going to be Road to Glory style. Ultimate Team, you can't really, or you shouldn't, and you won't see me. You shouldn't expect, you won't see me, I should say, spending just a boatload of money on packs, because I do not have that kind of money to spend, nor the connections, so it's going to be more of a blue-collar series. But anyway, completely off topic again. It wasn't my easiest decision to hold off until Tuesday, especially after the great feedback on the polls. Easily the most voted on polls I've had so far, so thank you for that. But let's face it, it's not a race when it comes to YouTube. I was never going to have the first major hut pack opening, the first bit of EA SHL gameplay, draft champions, the first guy to bring back the Whalers in franchise mode. I was never going to be the first guy to show you player ratings, show you how Ultimate Team works, the new collections, when you could just look yourself and, I don't know. I'm taking my sweet time is what I'm trying to say to make sure that I provide some solid content. There really is no reason to rush. But with that said, I am happy to announce that the polls are now closed and our decision has been made. The team we are controlling will be the Columbus Blue Jackets, and the aim is to move them to Quebec City, Seattle, or Hartford. QC is obviously the priority. Seattle and Hartford finishing second and third in the polling. As far as the new team name goes, logo, all that stuff, we'll save that decision, or those decisions, for when the time comes, because obviously, who knows what's really going to happen. If we go to QC, will we be the Nords again? I don't know. If we go to Seattle, what will the team look like? I don't know. But obviously, we will have polls, and you guys will help decide that as well. But getting in to the point of this video, I have digressed long enough. I have 5 main rules and guidelines for the start of this new series. Let me know what you guys think, because we can tweak these any way we want to. The first has to do with draft picks. Now, I am carrying over the rule from the Islanders series. Of course, we didn't get too deep into that. But no more than 3 first-round picks. I think that's more than fair. No more than 12 picks total. And the big one, any player drafted by us must stay on the team until they can be released if we choose not to sign them. Any AHL potential guys are staying. They will not be instantly traded for more draft picks. We're not going to take the easy way out on that. We've certainly managed to get, really in the Vancouver series, holy shit, we managed to get so many draft picks with that method. It doesn't matter how bad they are, if we draft them, they are staying. Our second point has to do with free agency and, in particular, prospects. Now, here are the guidelines I'm going to propose to you guys. Let me know what you think, but I do think this is very fair. We can sign any player, any amount of players that we want, any forward that is bottom 6 potential or lower, any defender that is 7th D or lower, and any goalie that is backup potential or lower. We can sign any of them that we want, as many as we want. But here's where the handicap starts to come in. We can sign up to 2 of these type of players, a top 9 forward, a top 6 defenseman, or a fringe starting or a fringe starter potential goalie. Any of the two. So it could be 2 top 9s, 2 top 6s, or a mix and mash, whatever the hell you want to call it. One of each, or not one of each, but 2 out of 3 of those players. So, like I said, top 9, top 6, fringe starter, 2 out of 3, 1 of each, or, 2 of each, I should say. I keep getting confused. It'll be on the screen for clarification. We may, we will, who knows? We could sign one player, top 6, top 4, or goalie, for goalie starter potential. We could sign one of those players, or, and here's the big one, we can sign one elite player regardless of position, but if we do that, and here's where your help kicks in, I either forego my right to sign anybody, period. Or if we want to go a little bit weaker on that and not be as difficult. I can't think of words right now. Words are difficult. Basically, if we sign an elite player, we can either make it so that we can't sign anybody in the next offseason, or at the very least, we can only sign players from those bottom tiers and still have that rule. So let me know what you think. Do we go with the very difficult, sign one player and then get nobody, or do we go a little bit lighter and say I can sign one player, but top 6, top 9 guys are completely off the table, as are, of course, elite players in the next offseason. Number 3 has to do with the punishment for relocating, as suggested by viewer Zach Miller. And Zach, thank you for that. We're going to handicap ourselves just a little bit. I mentioned in the poll video that the Jackets have a hell of a deal with nationwide insurance to attempt to keep them in Columbus for years to come. So I'm leaving the choice to you guys. How severe of a punishment should we face for moving the Blue Jackets? You see the list on screen now. We can be punished 1 first-round pick. We could be punished by losing 2 first-round picks. We could lose a first and a third-round pick, 2 second-round picks, a second and a third-round pick, 2 third-round picks, or we could take the cap space penalty. I would sign a player that we won't use, but we'll give him a big contract, anywhere between $1 and $5 million per, for anywhere between 1 and 3 years. Let me know what you guys think of that. If you have a different punishment in mind, let me know. But once you guys decide kind of what one we want to take, like if you decide the cap space penalty, I'll probably have a poll, and then you guys can decide the money total and the contracts. But let me know what you think of that. Number 4 has to do with just no escaping the current contract situation in Columbus. They have some pretty shitty contracts, and we're not going to trade away any of them. Dubinsky, Hartnell, Clarkson in particular, we'll bite the bullet and keep them all. But your decision is, do we keep them for the entirety of their contract, or do we say after 2 or 3 years they are fair game and then we can trade them at that point? Let me know what you think there. And the 5th point has to do with player roles. Not necessarily a rule or a punishment, more of a guideline. How much emphasis should I put into player roles in this series? Should we aim to keep players on their proper projected line, or should we ignore it and just aim to ice the best team possible? For example, in the Islanders series, we had Anders Lee on the 3rd line. He's a 2nd-line player. Probably stunted his momentum a little bit, his growth a little bit, but it made the team stronger for having someone like that on our 3rd line. So what should we do there? And that's pretty much it for now, guys. Am I forgetting anything, as I normally do? I feel like I have. Let me know down in the comments below. Make sure to leave your own suggestions as well if you have any. Or if you see a comment down below that you agree with, make sure to give that comment a thumbs up. That way I know just in general how you guys feel, and whatever comments are getting the most attention, I know that I should really focus on those. Remember, we are aiming for a challenging and realistic series, but also an entertaining one for you guys to watch. So let me know down in the comments below what direction we should take. And again, guys, I thank you all so much for watching. I can't wait for this new series. It's coming soon. Not as soon as some of you would probably hope, but it is coming soon. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you all very, very soon.